Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently in need of a few repairs here, and we're hoping that Darius tells us the next point of the Halloween flashpoint by the time we are done with those repairs. Let's see.
Ready to go over.
Here's the financial report. Of course, we had to take that. That was always going to be a thing. And let's proceed for right now. Okay, that's everything except the Battlemaster done. Let's make sure nothing else needs repairs. The Awesome does, yes. Its PPC was damaged via a field inhibitor turned off. Okay, so we're going to repair that. No big deal. 2 more days. That's fine. So the Battlemaster is going to be done in 7 days here. But let's go ahead and finish up the Awesome, and maybe we should deploy right now just to build up funds for when we know that we should go to the next flashpoint position. That said, was it already up? Did I misremember? Limited gladiator combat. We're on a restoration, sure. This is chapter 1, verse 76. Limited light drop. No, it's not up. I don't think. One man's trash. And of unknown origin. And up in clan space, of course. War of Reaving. No, nothing up there, really. So, I did not misremember. Good to know. So, in that case, I do think that we should do a mission here. And maybe be this one? Or this one. This one's slightly better. Battle in the Badlands. Okay. 2 assault mechs. Sure. Maybe we want to run... Well, actually, just right down the middle, I think. Now, our Battlemaster is not going to be present. That's fine. We're going to need to run the Wolverine, but we need to be aware that the Wolverine is not going to take fire from those assault mechs very well. That could be potentially problematic, but it should, in theory, be okay. We should have absolutely no problem dealing with this. But it could be as many as 3 lances, and I'm really hoping that this is a single episode. In fact, I may want to have this be a long episode if necessary, just to fit it in, because I'm starting to get worried about finishing up that Halloween flashpoint. There's no doubt about that. I did not expect the flashpoint to take this long in terms of in-game time. Not necessarily in terms of, like, episodes, but be this padded out by having to wait for Darius to unlock the next position. It's a little bit obnoxious, to be sure, and if the devs watch this, which I'm pretty sure they don't, if the RogueTech devs watch this, I would highly recommend, with future flashpoints, don't go with the padding. I don't think it's super helpful. I mean, maybe there's a good story reason for it, but if there is, I haven't seen it yet. Just, as far as I can tell, padded for padding's sake. At any rate, let's go ahead and get this loaded on in. Hopefully the loading screen doesn't take too long. That's usually a bad sign if it does. So what are we expecting? We know there's going to be 2 assault mechs from the briefing. I'm expecting a reinforcement lance. The 2 assault mechs may be the primary force on their own. A reinforcement lance and perhaps another reinforcement lance. The 2 assault mechs also may not be alone. So that's kind of the options that we're considering at this point. And we don't know what the lay of the land is going to look like, obviously. But we need to destroy enemy forces. We've got an interesting opportunity for you, Commander. We've recently detected a major engine signature on the planet, probably an assault class mech. We can't have an assault class local government mech that big wandering around loose, and we'd like you to handle it. The interesting part is we've also detected another assault power-up, and it's a different mech entirely. It's closing with the target. It's possible you can just swoop in and pick up the pieces. We're prepared to offer generous salvage terms. 4 priority salvage is not generous. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do this.
Command interface initiated.
Okay. Enemy unit should be in this area, up at the top of the hill. Okay, well, we could deploy down at the base of the hill here. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We'll deploy something like this. Okay, so what do we got up here? Uh-huh. Well,
I hear you.
that's not too great so far. We're going to reserve. Let them move. Phase 15, phase 14. There's a phase 17 mover that we don't see. Okay. Oh, that's rude. That's
Barely
really
missed,
rude.
Commander. I laugh at your
Well,
puny
at this
attack.
point, we can now head on in.
On my way. Double time.
We're going to have heat issues. There's no doubt about that. But let's go ahead and fire a pot shot kind of like this.
Target locked. It's go time.
I'm not surprised that that didn't hit.
Reporting negative damage.
Okay, what else do they have? Some missiles. That's not too threatening.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Our salamander is going to move up over here, but it's honestly not even going to do anything. They've definitely got more things out there. More indirect missiles. No big deal.
Yes, Commander.
Our Hector is not really super capable of getting into a great position here. And these hit odds are quite bad. We're just going to do something kind of like this. I don't want to build up heat. We did manage to tag it.
Waiting for
Odds on that weren't great, so we'll take it. I'm not even warlording right now because I don't think it's worth it on round 1. I really, really don't.
locking on.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by this. We need to get out of this choke point, but we knew that this was going to be an issue when we deployed down here at the base of the hill. The Awesome could, in theory, pull back over this way.
On my way.
And that gives us eyes on a Corsair, as well as a Carrier and that Ferret. Hit odds are about the same on all of them, but they're actually slightly higher on the Corsair. Because he's skylined, presumably.
Locked on.
We'll give it a go. Yeah, no hits. I'm not surprised by that. This is round 1.
Damn it.
And we're going to move in with our Wolverine here. This isn't particularly great moving in. In fact, we're just going to do that.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, the Black Knight, I would like to get out in front. There's only so much that we can do here, though. Yeah, the choke point is being a bit of a jerk, but we're going to move the Boar's Head up over here, and we're just... We don't have LOS up here. Okay, we'll call that good. Dropship coming fast and low. Outworld markings. The other assault mech joining the party. Okay.
What's up?
Well,
boss?
we're now in round 2. Oddly, we still don't have anything up here. Okay, now we have vision. So we see an ER-LRM carrier, a Merkava 3, and a Corsair. And then this is where the others are going to drop. So I'd like to take out this Ferret. We're going to do something like this and hope that we eliminate it. It wasn't the best I've ever seen, but it wasn't the worst either. The Wolverine can position up over here. And we're going to continue to hit that Ferret. Yeah, we're going to overheat a bit here. We're going to not fire this ER medium to prevent that. Actually, the small heavy is better to not fire here. Laser AMS. Okay.
You could fry an egg in here.
So this guy moves now. He's got that incendiary thumper, which is very obnoxious. I was hoping to eliminate him before that. But okay.
Getting pretty hot in here, Commander.
Yep. Very rude. And now he'll ace pilot. Where's he going to go to? Backing way off. Okay.
Receiving you.
So the Awesome can continue to fire from where it's at. Hit odds are 32% on the ER-LRM or 35% on the Corsair. We're still going to fire on the Corsair. Missed both of them again. Sad.
Watch my heat levels.
Okay. So the Hector at this point is going to advance up as fast as it can. We do have that chemical fire to worry about. I would like to take out that ER-LRM, but the hit odds are just so bad. However, we can fire an Alpha at the Corsair, and surely we'll hit it with something. Right?
Firing.
Yeah, there we go. There's some damage into the Corsair. The Corsair moves now. Honestly, it doesn't get very much done. That's fine. No concerns there.
Ready to rock.
The Salamander is going to step slightly forward here. Heat is a small concern, but I think that we're going to fire at the ER-LRM carrier here. Obviously not the large X-Pulse. We're going to fire standard direct. Light him up. Good hits. Okay, at this point, the Merkava moves. Running tandems. Okay. That's slightly threatening, to be sure.
Standing by.
The Black Knight really wants to get around the Salamander, and so it shall.
We'll go.
And we can fire here on the ER-LRM carrier or the Corsair. Hit odds are moderate on both, but we'll go ahead and do this.
Affirmative.
Okay. Did we manage to hit the rear arc of our... Maybe. They have a lot of missiles. Okay. Good thing we've got the AMS. Did they manage to hit the rear arc on our Madcat Mark II? Yeah, a little bit. In fact, quite a bit. The Madcat Mark II is going to sprint forward to here.
I'm already there.
Now, we are unstable on our Wolverine, which isn't great. But the Corsair is our target on the Madcat Mark II, and we'll do this. Some damage there.
I'm ready.
The Boar's Head is going to position basically where it's at, and we're going to fire on the ER-LRM carrier with our Sniper Artillery indirect. That was a terrible shot. Okay. No damage there.
Right one.
There we go. So now these guys are flanked, and this is fine.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Our Wolverine needs to become steady again. So we're going to position it around here. And we're checking these hit odds here. 31%, yeah. Interesting. We just need to brace it, honestly.
Aye, aye.
The Black Knight is going to sprint forward here, and this is a good position
Go
to
into
be.
full throttle.
This is more like where we want the Black Knight to be.
We'll go.
Additional damage chunked out of that Corsair. Unfortunately, the Ferret moves now. We were unable to hit it. Let's see what it does. Yep. Not surprised by that. It's just going to keep doing that.
Watch my heat. I'm taking damage.
Yep.
It's
Going to happen.
Getting pretty high. This heat is frying my internals.
Okay, so laser AMS was jammed, which is odd. I didn't realize laser AMSs could jam, but
Ready to
interesting.
Get it
The Madcat Mark II is going to position
on.
here,
On the move.
and its primary goal, honestly, is to destroy that parrot. Parrot? That ferret. I want that thing gone. Okay, we got a little damage in there, but not nearly what I was hoping for. The Orion is going to run out of the flames here.
No shooting.
And we're going to
Just
keep
running.
firing on that ferret. Yeah, we can't fire the PPCs. We can fire the Rocket 20s, though. And I'm going to Warlord this to boost that up. 48%. Fingers crossed.
I copy.
Some decent damage in there.
I'm out of short-range missiles. This heat is cooking.
Yup.
Okay, the Salamander is going to step
I
up,
got you.
and we're going to fire on the ferret with the Arrow 4s in standard direct mode. We can only fire one Arrow 4 because of all that heat.
Here we go.
Structure exposure on the ferret. That's good.
Yes, boss.
So the Awesome is still just chilling down here, and I wanted to continue firing on that ferret, honestly. I really, really do. Something like this. Only a 27% chance.
Here we go.
Oof, I think we stray shot our own friends there.
Negative damage. Repeat.
Nope,
Negative
we didn't.
Damage.
Okay, good. Just on the ground. Okay.
Barely hit, Commander.
Like, we need to
Damage
eliminate
minimal.
that thumper, right? That has to go.
Good to go.
The Hector is going to try to get out of the fire. It actually can't. So it'll just step forward here. And realistically, we can't fire our ERPPCs, I can tell you that. We'll do something like this. Not great.
It's over the red line. Heat
Oh, yeah.
damage.
When they have this kind of area denial in this big of a choke point, that's just bad
Blown
luck.
past my
What are you
armor.
going to do? We had to climb the hill. The LRM carrier moves out of the way. And these guys up here, they're not currently
Standing by.
really in the fight. The Boar's Head is going to step up, and we're going to attempt to get something into this exposed area. Man, that sniper artillery just landing nowhere near where we needed it to.
I hear ya.
The Wolverine is going to attempt to get out of the fire here as best it can. And then we're going to fire on that ferret. This is front arc, so we could theoretically get something decent here. Yeah, let's do something like this.
Got it.
We did get some internal damage
You
there.
could fry an egg in here.
Not quite what we needed, though. And not quite
Got
there.
something you want done?
The Mad Cat is going to position here,
Roger.
and we're going to continue. That thing has to go. There we go. Okay. No more of that.
Enemy vehicle
Fantastic.
destroyed. Watch my heat. I'm taking
The
damage.
Corsair moves in. Does some pretty good damage to the Wolverine. We're not surprised by this. Our Wolverine is definitely our weak link here. It's our substitute mech for the Battle Master, so
Standing
that's
by.
not shocking. The Awesome can now fire on the Corsair, and we're going to do exactly that. In fact, I believe this is worth a Warlord. Yeah, we'll boost those hit odds a bit. Both of them still missed. Sad.
That's a miss.
Okay.
Commander,
Our Black Knight is going to step forward here, and we're going to continue to hit that Corsair as hard as we can.
target locked.
That's some solid armor
Come
shred
on,
there.
mech warriors. It's go time.
Receiving
Okay,
it.
now the Hector is going to get out of the fire,
On my way, double time.
and now we're starting to get to the point where we can actually do some damage.
Locking on.
That's an internal structure exposure.
My mech is overheating.
These guys are closing in a bit. Firing on the Corsair. I love it. That's great.
Good to go.
The Orion is going to position here where
Copy
there's
that.
some clear LOS. Clear-ish. And I would love to fire something like this. I think we're just going to fire the rotary AC-5 and get a slight overheat here.
Aye, aye.
Nice. Corsair's down.
Hostile eliminated. My mech is
'Kay.
overheating.
Next up, our Salamander is going to step forward here, and we're going to need to fire our Aerophores in indirect mode. I think that we'd like to hit these vehicles up here. Probably the Marsden. Man, this heat is insane.
10-4.
That wasn't great. Tiny bit of damage there. Rhino moves up, fires on the ER-LRM. Does good damage to it,
Yes,
actually.
Commander.
The Boar's Head is going to continue to advance up over this way.
On the way. Double time.
And I want to hit the Marsden again here with the sniper artillery if possible.
Locked and loaded. Here it comes.
Once again, just an abysmal shot.
Build the connect.
RNG is not on our side here, I'm afraid. ER-LRM moving through the fire there.
Good to go.
Our Wolverine is now going to climb this hill a
Double
bit
time.
and simply be done with that.
Commander.
The Awesome can now start making its way up.
Heading out.
It doesn't have LOS on anything, so this is fine. The Salamander is going to move up, and we're going to continue to attempt to drop AoEs over here. We don't have the heat overhead while we're in this fire.
Affirmative.
An awful shot. Absolutely
You
abysmal.
gotta be shitting me. That should have hit.
No, that was never going to hit. That was the worst shot I've ever seen.
Consider me there.
The Hector is going to move forward and sink heat.
Yes, Commander.
The Black Knight is going to do the same.
Roger that.
But now that we're exiting from the burn circles, things are looking up for us. And we should be able to
Commander.
start moving much more quickly and get this done. The Demolisher moves up. The Rhino moves up. They're firing on these vehicles. I like it. That's an ejection. Sounds good.
Orders.
Madcap Mark II exits the fire, sinks its heat. Those tandems are very rude.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
That wasn't an armor breach. They just have armor bypass. That was a solid hit.
I await your command.
Okay, the Boar's Head is now
On the
able
way.
to move up, and we can fire on the Merkava, or we can continue to attempt to drop artillery on these guys.
Roger
That's
that.
what we're going to do. We just can't hit them. Come on, guys. We need better shots than that.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, so the Black Knight is going to position... Ooh, this is rear arc. I love it.
We'll go.
We know that their rear arc was weakened, although not by much. Okay. Light them up.
Firing at
Now that's a weakened rear arc. In fact, that's a
Mover
destruction.
down.
I didn't expect a destruction there, but we'll take it. The Wolverine has taken quite a lot of damage, and we'll have to keep that in mind, but we're just going to move him up for now.
How's it going?
The Awesome is going to advance into the fire, but we're not going to fire, so it should be fine.
Yes, Commander.
The Orion is going to climb up the hill
Acknowledged.
and sink heat.
Hey there.
The Hector climb up the hill.
You want fast? I can give you fast.
Okay, phase 18. That's going to be the Warhammer 2C, not doing anything of note. The Salamander is going to attempt to get out of the fire, but no such luck yet. And we're going to continue to drop a single artillery over here.
Engaging target.
That one actually hits, for once. Okay,
Keep an eye on my heat, Commander.
Madcap Mark II is going to work on climbing the hill.
Maximum speed.
And let's see what their tanks do. They continue to be grouped up. And fire on the Wolverine. I'm not shocked by that.
I'm your spaniel.
The Boar's Head will step forward
Rolling.
and is going to fire on this Rhino with the sniper artillery. Well, it did some damage anyway.
Commander?
Okay, the Wolverine is going to move up to here and just brace for right now. There we go. Try to make it a less attractive target. The 2C steps forward.
Yes, Commander.
The Awesome is going to sprint forward, and now we have the fires gone at long last, or almost all
Aye, aye.
gone. The Black Knight is going to continue to head up the hill.
On the move.
We don't have LOS just yet.
Waiting for orders.
The Hector will head up, and we'll get LOS
Understood.
next
Moving
round.
fast.
Waiting for orders.
Same with the Orion. I'm a
Going
little
full
surprised that
throttle.
doesn't have LOS, but I guess the hill continues to go up
What
over
are your
here.
orders, Skipper?
The Salamander is going to step forward, and we're going to fire on the Rhino here. We can still... Actually, we're just going to brace right now. Sink that heat.
Waiting for
Next
orders.
round is when it's going to happen.
Affirmative.
Madcap Mark II steps forward. Marsden moves forward. Demolisher moves forward. Rhino moves forward. Fires on our Salamander. Okay. I don't necessarily care about that.
I live to serve.
Our Boar's Head is going to step forward.
Moving to position.
We're going to continue to drop sniper artillery on these guys. May as well fire the LRM-20 as well.
Wrath.
I've seen more Wrathful Wrath than that, but okay.
Commander.
The Black Knight is going to position up over here out of the firing
On my
corridor.
way.
And which do we have the best hit odds on? Technically, that would be the Demolisher. Light him up. Extremely solid damage
Going to
there.
critical hit.
Okay. The Warhammer is going to fire on the Black Knight and get a lot of hits in there. We only had the one evasive pip, so I'm not shocked by that.
Reporting heavy damage.
And then he shuts down. Cool.
Commander?
Our Hector is going to position... Actually, phase 13, phase 15. We're going to move our Salamander next.
I'm rolling.
The Salamander is going to drop dual arrow 4s on this Rhino.
Let's see what you got.
Now that we have the heat overhead for this. 1 vehicle destroyed and 1 terrible shot. Okay,
Standing
we'll
by.
take it. The Hector is now going to position right here.
No
Here's the
shooting,
question.
just running.
Do we go for the Marsden, or do we go for the Shutdown Warhammer? The answer is the Shutdown Warhammer. Honestly, roll head hits.
Roger.
Nice. He's now unsteady. Not like that's, you know, super helpful. But the Orion is going to move in over here and is also going to go for the Warhammer. In X6 mode, yes. Light him up. That's huge amounts of damage into that Warhammer.
Scored a critical hit.
Waiting
Next up,
for
our
orders.
Awesome is going to sprint forward. We don't have the ability to get LOS
Copy
at this
that.
time.
Waiting for orders.
Our Wolverine is mostly just hiding out down here, in all honesty.
Standing
Our
by.
Madcap Mark II is going to sprint forward, does not get
Roger. Full
LOS.
speed.
And now their Marsden moves. Okay, this is fine. Now their Rhino moves. Also in the category of fine.
My armor's getting stripped off.
You're okay.
Taking heavy
The
hits,
Boar's Head
Commander.
is going to move forward. And it is absolutely going for the kill on the Warhammer 2C.
Affirmative.
We got some good crits there, and that'll be a knockdown.
Take.
Okay. However, we get to move again before that Warhammer gets up.
Commander?
He is so totally dead. I'm going to reserve the Wolverine.
Orders.
The Orion is going to step forward here.
On the move.
Honestly, we could go rear arc on the Marsden. That's not enough damage, I don't think. Go ahead and fire on the Warhammer 2C. Get the kill.
Copy that.
Warhammer 2C is down.
Mech destroyed. My heat sinks can't. Commander.
At this point, the Black Knight is going to step up over here.
Affirmative.
And it's going to be the one that goes for the rear arc backstab on the Marsden. Do we have access to a Warlord? We do. Let's improve our hit odds. Just that little bit better.
Got the angle. Taking this out.
So that's a huge amount of armor damage into the rear arc of the
I
Marsden.
depleted my Gauss rifle ammo.
Yes, you did, but that's okay.
Let's do
At this point, the Awesome is going to continue to climb the hill.
Good
The
to
Madcap Mark II can actually just sneak in an LOS into the Marsden here. Finish him.
go. Got a good angle.
Really? We didn't pierce the armor there. Oh, we were so close. Just a little more spread out than it needed to be. Sad.
I'm showing minor damage.
Okay, our Wolverine at this point can sprint on up over here.
Moving fast.
And we'll even vigilance it. Okay.
Good to go.
The Hector can position here,
Moving to position.
and we can fire on either the Rhino or the Marsden, and we're going to go for the Marsden here. I want to get that kill.
Lock.
There we go.
Watch my heat levels.
The Salamander is going to move forward. We're going to drop our last 2 indirect arrow 4s on the Rhino. That thing is very well armored. And both of them horrifically miss.
Stand still, moron.
Our artillery has not been on point this mission. Sounds good. The Rhino moves up, or actually kind of back. Fires on the Hector. Doesn't really get all that much done, in all honesty,
My
though.
armor's getting stripped off.
Okay.
Waiting for orders.
The Boar's Head is going to step forward here. And it's going to also fire a sniper artillery on that Rhino. A little bit of LRM damage, but that sniper artillery is
Commander?
very, very, very off target. We're going to sprint. Actually, we're going to vigilance first. We're going to sprint forward with the Wolverine and attempt to be as safe as possible. We want to protect our right side here, so we want to position kind of like this. And we will fire on this Rhino as much as we can. We want this Rhino gone before it moves, ideally. Some decent damage in that. The Awesome is going to sprint forward, and it does actually sneak in an LOS there. I'm a little surprised by that, but we'll take that. Alpha Strike it.
Target locked in.
Okay.
I am out of SRMs.
Those lasers
Losing armor.
definitely hitting our
Awaiting
own
orders.
mechs there, but I guess
Confirmed.
that's fine. We don't have a Warlord available for our Black Knight, but that's fine. The Rhino is getting very weak on his armor. That should be a kill, I think. Yes. Fantastic.
Move her down.
Okay.
Mission successful.
So we're not really too interested in the salvage. I mean, they've got a Warhammer 2C there. That's a pretty decent mech. And they also had a Corsair. I mean, yeah, Corsairs are good in, like, an AMS capacity, I suppose. And we'd have to look at the hard points of the particular variant. Yeah, we took a fair amount of damage on some of our mechs, but that's to be expected and is a good thing if we need to travel. So let's go ahead and go through here. What do we need in this? So there's a Corsair part available, a single Corsair part. And there is also a single Warhammer 2C part. So I think we take those. Sounds good. We got a couple Demolishers and a Marsden part that we can definitely get rid of. SRM-6 Holly, so plus accuracy. Increased chance to be shot down by AMS, though. Okay. Indirect FCS and a breaching. Not bad. Not bad. Clan sensors. I like it. And standard heatsink cooling. Do we have clan sensors? No, we don't. The standard fusion engine can go away. And on around that standard heatsink cooling for a little bit. That seems fine. Hopefully, we'll be told where our next flashpoint location is very, very soon. But we have a fair amount of repairs to do, so we're definitely going to go ahead and do that. I do expect this to be a fairly expensive repair, and a fairly lengthy one, too. A decent number of units took damage, so probably like around a 10-day-ish repair, and maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 100,000 C-bills is kind of what I'm leaning towards. Especially since we took that big, large laser salvo on the Orion, and in addition to the internal damage and just armor damage on the Wolverine. Although, all things considered, that went pretty well. 200k? Okay, that's fair enough. I'm not super surprised that it's a decent amount. Okay, so we definitely need to get these repairs done. It is, however, time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to hope that Darius tells us where our next flashpoint location is. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.